Yeah, I asked the kids, I said, so why do you like being active in the classroom? And they get it. They understand that being active gives them focus. And it also gives them a lot of control, self-control over ownership of themselves. And so they realize, oh gosh, you know what? My head is in the clouds. I need to get back here. So I'm going to, I'm going to have the band, or I'm going to do something. There's always an agreement with the teacher and his classroom, but or I'm incredibly stressed out. What can I do to relieve some of that stress that's not going to bother my neighbor? What can I do there? And so the kids will tell you, oh my God, absolutely. I mean, it's not rocket science. They get it. And we do surveys of our teachers, and we ask their opinions on these sorts of things. I mean, they're informal surveys. I would love to know, and that's where we hope to head is, can we prove that others, can we do that hard proof that this is making that specific difference within, the classrooms of kids? And, we've got a lot of firsthand stuff from the kids and the teachers themselves, but we don't have the science behind it. But then again, I mean, there's all the science out there already that this is happening, and it's proof that our kids are going to be doing better in school. So, I mean, we honestly go back and forth on it a little bit. School in every classroom is different. And so, we try to be supportive of what the teacher would like, what the teacher needs. And so, there's some standing desks within our school system, but mainly it's the stability balls, mainly it's, games that can be done within the classroom. It's cup stacks, some fun ways to get kids active in tight spaces is mainly how we've been working. And then sharing with teachers. For some teachers, they totally get it. And then for other teachers, they have no idea where to get started. And so we're kind of filling all those gaps. It's interesting because we share some fun ideas with them, and they share good ideas back with us, because it really is kind of that partnership of, some teachers could fit it into my school day. And then I realized, once I teach the kids how to do it, they're able to self-lead these activities in the classroom, which then affords me some time to get the next lesson plan up, or allows me that 2 minutes to talk with one of the children specifically. And so, I think some people had thought that, it's this, this is going to be a time for us, but it's been really beneficial. I'd say we're 75% on the admin on the positive list. We're maybe 1 or 2, maybe, but you know what? It's like that high level and that low level sort of thing. We just did something called the Move to Learn Mentor Challenge, where we had the schools that got their kids active within the classrooms the most during the month of March. The top winner won $2,500, second place winner won $1,500, and third place winner won $500. And then we gave random prizes. Teacher in every school would win kind of a goodie bag from us, which included a sleeve of the stability, the wiggle cushions, and then some other, prizes. And then that got the attention, because I guess when you bring money into the factor of a prize, and then we spent the money as long as it was done to get the kids active in schools, and it had to be used within the building itself. So it was kind of it wouldn't be a recess thing, even though we believe in recess, but more in the classrooms and schools, and all the kids had to have access and the ability to use whatever the schools bought. So the principals were pumped. And then what happened was the principals that were a little bit on the naysayer side was kind of like, did we do that? Or are you guys doing that again next year? And so, it's like, yeah, you bet. And then we're going to plan to get the staff involved, because our partners within the school system are like, then this can tie in not only to student success, but staff success. it makes sense and it's fun. And once people see how it's, this is giving grit and stamina. I mean, we're asking our students to sit a ridiculous. I mean, I know we have standing desks and walking pieces at our office, and I know that if I'm sitting for more than a half an hour, I'm just, looking out the window myself. So, I think people are getting it. People are totally getting it, especially when they realize that it builds more time for them and they're to teach students instead of detracting like that one more thing sort of thing. It builds more time. The teachers, once they start implementing the pieces, giving more time for them to not only to do their work, to bring up, like I was saying, perhaps the next, but it's actually giving children more time to dive into the next lesson. So kids are getting things at a faster level. What needs to happen in order to bring this same thing to other states? Well, first thing needs to happen is RunningBrooke needs to grow beyond Northern Virginia. But then about all the time, because like I was saying, this isn't rocket science. Easily implemented. And is it finding that champion that believes in this personally and can, that, we are looking to collaborate, maybe it's a collaboration. I'm still figuring that out as well, because it is so incredibly important. The toolkit got started, an idea, I think of most of my ideas while I'm running. And if we're going to really affect the kids where they are most days of the week, most days of the year, then we need to be where the kids is in the classroom. So how do you do that? How do you get teachers on board? Well, you need to give them what they need, for lack of better words. And so we put together the toolkit of things that can be done in kind of like a fitness cube that students roll and then do what's on the side that is face up, and that's kind of student led. Activity dots, poly spots, the wiggle cushions, all of the we've got a move to learn, literally we go into the classrooms or do professional development days, or go into, not only individual school professional development days, but into or some of the other, programmatic pieces. And we just go in and show how to do it and when to do it and do it with them. And so, we get during these professional development days, or when we're going to individual schools and classrooms, the teachers are getting active with us, because once they get it, the kids will get it, and then everybody will benefit from it. And so we've been at this for a couple of years now. Yeah. We will actually talk with the principal, the vice principal, something like that, and teach the entire school. Might say to us, hey, we really want our teachers to know more about this. Can you help us out? And we're like, absolutely. Invite us to your PTA meeting so we can tell parents about it, because you need the parent involvement as well. But also just to somebody in your school that needs to make it happen. So it can be the principal or vice principal, or honestly, it can be the health and wellness coordinator. We go through all sorts of different channels. But additionally, with the grants, so individual teachers, individual classrooms, well, they'll say, you know what, we really want to do this fast-paced, cup stacking. And so they'll do the cup stacking, and so we will do tap shoes or running shoes. So it brings that equity for, so many students who want to be involved in programs, but, they are coming from a family that literally just can't afford the extra, $20 or $30 to buy whatever shoes or whatever is needed. So we'll make sure that happens. We're in constant contact with our teachers. We're always checking in with them. That's what our Move to Learn program director does. And she's a former teacher herself with, all the initials and credentials of that teachers need, and loves being out in the field. We love her in the field so she can be there for the teachers and the students. So someone coming to a training would receive the RunningBrooke Move to Learn toolkit of the items that we were talking about. The activity cubes being one of the most well loved, but also we have, and I didn't mention, we have a wall poster that is the shape of a clock, that looks like a clock with different quadrants of physical activity, and that's one of the teacher favorites as well. So we'll go in, and sometimes we'll have 5 people, sometimes we'll have 25 people, and then it's the icebreaker. We're getting them physically active. Maybe we have a hula hoop where everyone holds in a circle and uses their body and does weaving the hula hoop through and around the whole circle, and then we'll go through kind of not only we'll spend some time on the benefits, like the proven science behind it. I think everyone would agree that physical activities, but kind of touch on, Dr. Ady, all of our partners within, that space, scientists in that space, but also the kinesthetic piece of, we'll transfer to the kinesthetic piece of, okay, well, how do we teach lessons by getting kids physically active? Or how do we incorporate physical activity throughout the classroom period time? And so we'll go through all that. And then we'll go back through the toolkit again and then answer all questions. And so that's typically how a typical training would happen. Yeah, and our Move to Learn program director would be doing that as well.